guys, welcome back to another episode of the Real Confessions podcast. I am your host, Ada Ozuna. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to remain positive. Now, I know it's something that is definitely hard to do, especially now in 2020. I know a lot of people can relate that 2020 has definitely been a crazy freaking year. 2020 has been crazy to me. Not only has it been like a year of I've learned a lot, I've matured a lot, I've made mistakes, I definitely struggled. But yeah, 2020 has definitely been different, to say the least. It's been real different. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. We have COVID, we have quarantine, we have a lot of people losing their lives, a lot of people losing money and their jobs, and a lot of people suffering from mental health disorders and don't even know it. It's been very hectic. But overall, I still feel like we need to have a positive mindset. And that's the type of person I am. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say that I'm always positive and always happy, because I would literally be lying. I'm not a person that's always positive 24/7, but I am a person that tries to have a positive mindset when it comes to things that happen to me. Sometimes I may struggle, I may make mistakes and things happen to me, but I try to have a different perspective when it comes to, I'm like, you know what, maybe this happened because, this and this and this, sometimes, it's okay that happened because it made me stronger. I learned a lesson from whatever it is that happened. So I'm a person that I try to look on the bright side. And oftentimes we often look at the negative. We always want to look at the negative, but have a positive mindset. I feel like it's definitely important. If you want to attract positive things, you have to have a positive mindset. Now, and this is something that I'm still working on myself, but I'm a person that no matter the situation, I try to see the good in things. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about in the episode. But before we do get into the episode, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here and for listening. I do want to go ahead and read some reviews. I literally only launched my podcast a few days ago. I do already have 42 ratings. That's a lot to me. Literally, I just launched my podcast, so that's freaking a lot. So I do have 5 stars out of 5, which I'm super grateful. Thank you guys so much for leaving a review and for rating. So I'm going to go ahead and read some reviews here. So I have here one from Milani Rose, and she says, inspire. She said, I don't know you and I'm proud of you. I watch your YouTube videos. You are where I'm going. Keep inspiring. I see you doing big things. Thank you, Milani. I have another one here from Brenda A29, and she says, inspirational. Great first episode. We'll definitely continue listening. Thank you for the motivation and inspiration. Thank you so much for your support, Brenda. I have another one here from TristanJacobson.com. Yes, sis, go ahead and plug in your business. And she says here, amazing, helpful content. She says, Ada always puts out amazing professional content, and I love how she keeps it 100% real and raw with us. I will continue listening. Girl, I can't read. I will continue to listen to her amazing raw podcast, and if she had more out right now, I'd be binge listening all night. And her Instagram is at Tristan Jacobson. So go ahead and follow her. And I'm going to go ahead and read one more, and this is from Erica Ayana. I hope I pronounced Ayana correctly, but she says, authentic. Ada, super authentic, relatable, and truly giving out gold, not for money, but to truly inspire, to truly help. She motivated me while launching my business, and I'll support her forever. Yeah, thank you so much. The support and the reviews and the listens. I literally have listens from Jamaica, South Africa, Germany. I didn't even think that people from outside of the country are going to sit here and listen to me. So I'm super grateful. Thank you guys so much. If you're listening from out of the country, hi, hello, what's up? This is still something that's new to me, so I'm super excited. Of course, most of my listens come from the United States, but it's crazy that other people in different countries are listening to me. That's still crazy to me. So yeah, I'm super grateful. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for the support and the love, and I love y'all. That's it. Simple. That's just that. I love y'all so much. So thank you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the episode. I don't have my tea right now. My throat is a little dry. I'm a little parched. But yeah, let's go ahead. I don't feel like standing up. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. So number 1, on how to remain positive. Like I said, being positive, and it's definitely something that is not easy, especially when you're going through shit. But these are just some ways that help me remain positive. These are just some little tips and hacks that I feel like maybe could help you. So number one, I would have to say is being open-minded. Being open-minded is definitely important to me, because I don't know if y'all ever talked to somebody that was closed-minded and they think they're always right, and it's their way or the highway. And like, you ever notice that those people are the most unhappiest people like ever? So I feel like being open-minded is definitely key to being positive, because when you're open-minded, you're putting yourself in other people's shoes. You're understanding where other people are coming from. You're just open-minded, and it just helps you understand where other people are coming from and who they are. And it helps you view life in a different perspective. So I feel like being open-minded, I'm a person that I'm very open-minded. Like, I don't care. For example, I believe in God, right? But what if you don't believe in God? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, you going to hell and you this and this. I'm not that type of person. I'm a person that even if you don't believe in God, even if you're an atheist, okay? And I don't have nothing against none of y'all, okay? I don't have nothing against that. But this is just an example. Even if you don't believe in God, I'm a person that I'm going to sit here and listen to what it is, like your belief and what it is. Like, I'm gonna respect your decision and your opinions and your point of view. I'm a person that I'm very open-minded. And I feel like with remaining positive, you have to be open-minded, because you're not always going to have the same view as people or the same opinions and like the same perspective. So being open-minded is definitely important when it comes to remaining positive, because if you're not open-minded, you're always going to constantly be arguing with people and feeling some type of way when people like voice their opinions. Being open-minded, I feel like goes into kind of like being patient with people. But being open-minded, it just allows you to also learn from the mistakes of other people. Like, I don't know it all, so I'm a person that I keep my mind wide open when I listen to podcasts, when I read books. Obviously, I take what I want and leave what I don't. But being open-minded definitely helps me remain positive and just helps me grow as a person. So that's number one that I would say is on remaining positive, is just be open-minded and be willing to understand others. Be willing to do your research and be willing to show empathy. And yeah, I definitely feel like that's important. So number two is not holding grudges plus resentment. So this is something that it's a little hard for me. It's still a little bit hard. I feel like forgiving, I'm still in the process of forgiving a lot of people that did me wrong, throughout my lifetime, my childhood. I'm still learning to forgive, and I am healing from a lot of things. But something that I came to realize is that karma is a bitch. Like, you might not believe in karma. I believe in karma. I believe that whatever you put out into this world is going to come right back to you. So number two is just learning not to hold grudges and learning to forgive. And this is something that like I said, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it, because I'm a person that I remember what Tina did. I always say Tina because that's the name that always comes to my head. Tina's not even a real person, but I always remember what Tina did in 2004 at 3:35 p.m. Okay, like I remember when people did me dirty and what happened, what they did. And I'm not a person to like throw it in their face, but like I'm a person that I'm gonna keep it in the back of my head, and I'm gonna remember, and I'm not gonna really trust you again or like let you in my life like that. And yeah, I'm a person that I kind of hold grudges, but I noticed that me holding grudges and me like being mad and not forgiving that person for what they did, I feel like it takes more energy out of me than just forgiving and being positive about it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if y'all can relate. Like, if y'all can relate, DM me on Instagram or something. But I feel like when I'm mad, it takes more energy out of me than me just like, okay, like, I forgive you. Okay, like taking a deep breath, like, I forgive that person. Like, I feel like I'm more at peace when I forgive. And that's definitely in the Bible, like forgiving other people. Yes, it's hard, but not holding grudges is definitely important when it comes to remaining positive, because you don't have like that like feeling in your heart. You don't have like that, I don't know, like just learn to forgive, and learn to just put whatever that person did, whatever Tyrone did in 2005, just let it go. let it go. It's over with. Karma's a bitch. And, if whatever he did, just know that it's going to come back to him. So just remember to forgive and not hold resentment, and just learn to just forgive. It's not, sometimes you're forgiving for yourself, more for yourself than that person. Like, you don't always have to tell that person that you forgive them. Sometimes it makes you feel better, but I'm a person that I'll forgive, like, on my own. I'll be like, you know what? I'm not even about to drive myself crazy over what this person did. I forgive them. And it just makes me feel way better and, like, free. Like that feeling of, like, hurt and madness and anger, all that shit just leaves my heart. And I feel like it's definitely important. Forgiving, if you want to be positive and live a positive life, you have to be able to forgive those who did you dirty. And best believe, I'm a person that I'm a want to seek revenge. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I want to do you dirty right back, but I've learned that gets you nowhere. So if you want to live a positive life, and if you want to have a positive mindset, learn to forgive and not hold resentment. So that's number 2. Number 3, I would have to say on how to remain positive is meditation. So meditation, this is something that definitely changed my life. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I do it every single day. Sometimes, like, I don't. I could go sometimes like a few days without meditating. It's definitely a habit that I want to get into every single day, like do it every single day. But I noticed that when I am feeling anxious or when I am feeling agitated and stressed out, I feel like setting time aside for meditation and journaling definitely helps me get in tune with what it is that I'm really feeling, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel that way when I'm meditating. It just helps me remain present in the moment. Oftentimes we have a lot of shit going on in our lives, we got to pay bills. Oh, we got to do this. Oh my God, this and this and this. But meditation allows you to be present. And that's something that we often take for granted. Like, we just want to live in the future. Like, we're living in like the stuff that didn't even happen yet. But being present is something that I definitely try to practice every single day, because life is precious. I recently mentioned in my first episode that I almost lost my son. So that definitely has taught me that life is short. And I mentioned that in the first episode. I mentioned that life is short. So if you're not present, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years is going to pass by. And you're going to be like, what the hell did I do, like, these past years? Like, you're not going to be happy because you weren't being mindful about your time and about your, like, you have to be able to protect your peace. I always say this. And protecting your peace starts with being mindful and being present in the moment, right here, right now. And that's definitely important. I could go ahead and talk about it in a different episode. But yeah, number 3 would have to be meditation. Meditation, in order for you to cultivate a positive mindset, you have to be able to just okay, like, just relax, meditate, even if it's for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and, like, take that time out for you. That's investing time into yourself, and it definitely helps me. So yeah, that's number 3. So number 4 would have to be taking time for yourself. And this is self-care, basically. Self-care looks different and it's different for everybody. Self-care for you may be getting your nails done. Self-care for him may be getting a massage. Like, self-care is different for everybody. But basically, investing time into yourself. Oftentimes, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you're a mother, especially being a mom, it's definitely hard to take that time for you. I definitely took that for granted before I had Josiah. Like, I was always a person that took care of myself, but I definitely took it for granted. Now I don't really have much time for myself, and it's hard. It's definitely hard, but when I do have that time for myself, I make sure that it's all me. Okay, I literally invest the time into myself, and I invest my time into things that's going to help me grow and evolve, and, like, either make me feel good, entertain me, make me happy, make me look cute, like like anything that helps me feel good and give me that confidence. And like even just reading a book, that's self-care for me. So self-care literally looks different for everybody. But if you're a mom, like I said, a student, a teacher, a content creator, just do things that help you feel better. like I said, it's very hard. So if you're a workaholic, it's hard to just take a break, but sometimes self-care is a must. Definitely self-care is a must, and you have to be willing to invest time into yourself if you want to have a positive mindset. Yes, I'm a person that I love giving, I love helping, I love being able to motivate and inspire, but I can't do that if I'm not taking care of myself. I can't provide content if I'm not taking care of myself. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey guys, if I'm not feeling if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to sit here and put up a front and try to help you guys when I'm not even helping myself. So I'm a person that before I help other people, before I try to motivate and inspire other people, I got to make sure that I'm inspired. I got to make sure that I am motivated. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and just talk. No, I talk from experience. I talk about things that I'm currently going through, or I've been through, or I've witnessed. And I always say this. I don't just talk to talk. So yeah, what was I going with this? This is why I write notes. Oh yeah, so taking time taking time for yourself is definitely important, and definitely something that's needed in order for you to remain positive. So number 5, I would have to say, is getting rest and eating right. So your body, this is in the Bible, your body is your temple. So you got to make sure you take care of your body. You're getting rest and you're eating right. And getting rest, I kind of lack in that. I'm not going to lie, because I be going to sleep at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But I noticed that it definitely takes a toll on my mental health, and it takes a toll on my physical health as well. So I do feel sluggish sometimes, and I don't feel myself. I don't feel on point. I don't feel on point when I go to sleep super, super, super late. So I definitely noticed, in order for me to remain positive, going to sleep, eating right, eating your vegetables, drinking tea, all of these things help me remain positive. I noticed that when I do go to sleep early, I wake up early and I have more energy. And when I do eat good, I feel better. I feel more energized. I feel more productive. So definitely eating right and sleeping right is important. Like I said, I'm still working. I do eat right. I'm not gonna lie, I do eat right. Especially in my households, we do eat good. We eat good. We're Dominican. They be cooking arroz con pollo, plátano. They be cooking all that stuff. I be eating good, but sleeping good, not really. Especially being a mom, and I just do a lot of work online. So my sleep schedule, I try to fix it, but it's just all over the place. So that's definitely something that I'm still working on. But I noticed that when I do go to sleep early and when I do eat right, I feel 10 times better, and I am positive and happy and ready to start the day. So eat right and sleep right, definitely important, not only for your mental health, but also for your physical health. So number 6 on remaining positive is cutting off toxic friends, relationships, or anything that's just not helping you grow, not helping you evolve, not helping you financially, not helping you physically. If it's not helping you and if it's toxic, cut it off. Okay? You don't need to tolerate relationships that are not feeding you. You don't need to tolerate relationships that are not helping you. I feel like oftentimes, back in the day, now I don't really tolerate any bullshit, to be honest with you, because I don't have the time for it. But I used to tolerate, toxic shit. I used to literally, looking back, I'm like, wow, Ada, I'm so disappointed. I'm very disappointed at the stuff that I used to tolerate. And I'm just like, because it's a lot of the stuff we know we shouldn't tolerate it. We know that we shouldn't allow it, but we do. So I feel like in order for us to be and I noticed that when I would tolerate stuff like that from friends and toxic boyfriends and stuff, I noticed that I was so unhappy and I felt insecure, not confident, because all of that shit takes a toll on you. So in order for you to be positive, you have to cut people off that don't serve you. Like my girl Naya Ivy said, if it don't serve you, I forgot what she said in her in her podcast intro. She said, if they don't support you, fuck that shit, something like that. But yeah, if it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't help you, cut it off. And that's something that I've definitely learned, and I've definitely implemented in my life. A lot of the people that I was friends with, a lot of the people that I was close with, didn't have like my best interests in their heart, if that makes sense. Like, they didn't really care for my goals or what I had going on. So yeah, I decided to, and you know what? I did it with no, like, I'm a person that I'm gonna just cut you off. I'm not giving you no warning. No, I'm gonna just cut you off. And that's just me. And like, when you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. That is simple as that. So be able to cut people off that are not good for you. Be able to cut people off that are not helping you. Be able to cut people off that are toxic. Be able to cut people off that, like, just cut it off. And I feel like once you cut that negativity off, you just gonna feel like a whole different person. And trust me, like, you're not gonna miss them. And sometimes you gonna miss the times. I saw a quote on Instagram. It was like, man, I wish I was fake. Y'all be having so much fun. And it was, I forget the quote, but it was funny. Like, basically it was talking about how a lot of the people have a lot of friends, but half of them be fake. But it's like, personally, me, there's a quote that says, it's in Spanish. It says, mejor sola que mal acompañada. And that means you're better off alone than with bad company. And that's something that my mom used to tell me that. And that's something that I definitely think about. Like, I'd rather be by myself than with toxic people that are draining. So that's something that's definitely important. If you have people around you that are draining you, it's time to reevaluate your life. And if you want to live a positive life and have a positive mindset, you have to be able to cut those people off. Like, it's up to you. You know, the way your life plays out, you know, sometimes it's God, sometimes it's unplanned, but for the most part, you are the co-creator of your life. So you control, and you control what you tolerate. You control what happens to you. Sometimes, like I said, you can't, but for the most part, you definitely can. Like, toxic people, you can control that. Guess what? You stop talking to them. You know, like, gaining weight, you could control that. Stop eating the ice cream. And I'm talking to myself. Stop eating that ice cream. So it's like, you could control things like that. So yeah, be able to step up for yourself, be able to show up for yourself, and be able to, like, come on, take care of yourself. And remember that toxic people, they're not benefiting you in any way, shape, or form. So cut it off. So I would have to say number 7 on remaining positive and happy is living in your truth. This is something that, as I get older, I'm doing more and more of. Like, I'm living in my truth, and I'm not dimming my light for anybody. I'm being me, and I'm being authentic. And if people can relate, they can relate. If people don't, they don't. If they want to hate, they can hate. If they love me, they love me. That's it. That's the mentality that I have. I'm no longer wanting to please people. I've learned that wanting to please people and constantly want everybody to be happy, I'm unhappy throughout that process of trying to please you. So I'm a person that I'm no longer dimming my light. I'm no longer going to hide who I am to please you, because you're not paying my bills, you're not feeding me, you're not helping me in any way, shape, or form. The only thing you're providing is an opinion. Opinions can't pay bills. So I no longer care. And that's something that I'm learning to realize every day. I'm 21 years old. Of course, we care sometimes about what people think, and, you know, how we perceive ourselves, and how we show our lives to others and things like that. But I'm learning to just be me. And I feel like when I'm me, when I'm real, when I'm authentic, people fuck with me more than when I was trying to, like, please everybody. So it's like, and you're just way happier when you're you, when you're living in your truth. You're happier. You're like free. Cause it's like, for example, when you're trying to please everybody, it's like you're living in, like, it's like you have shells around you, right? You have shells around you. You're walking literally on eggshells. You're like, oh my God, like, is this going to bother her? Or, oh my God, is this going to, so it's like, You have to be able to just live in your truth. Once you start living in your truth, all those shells, it's literally like you're coming out of an egg. I don't know if this is a good analogy, but yeah, it's like you're coming out of like an egg and you're just and it's like you're a whole different person and it feels amazing. So yeah, that's definitely something that helps me remain positive, just live in my truth. And I feel like the quote, I literally heard this quote and it said, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I definitely feel like I'm attracting who it is that I'm meant to attract. I'm attracting people that are open-minded. I'm attracting people that are go-getters. I'm attracting people that are ambitious just like me. I'm attracting people that are successful. I'm attracting people that are willing to learn. I'm attracting people that are willing to listen from me. I'm attracting people that are healing, growing, evolving. So that's the type of vibe that I give out, and that's the people that I'm attracting. And I love to see it. I love to see that I'm able to inspire and motivate people that are just like me. And I'm super grateful, but that wouldn't happen if I wasn't living in my truth. And oftentimes I feel like we get sucked into how we should be acting, like social media and society. Like, you gotta act like this and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. Fuck that shit. I'm tired of living in what other people like say that you have to do, and you have to dress like this, and you gotta post on Instagram like this, and you gotta have a certain aesthetic, and you gotta do fucking aesthetic. I don't care about no aesthetic. I'm just being me and being real and being authentic. Like, yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I'm not perfect, but you know what? I'm gonna just show off what it is that I'm going through. You know, if people can relate, they can relate. If people don't, they don't. And I'm learning to just be more confident. And I feel like living in your truth allows you to be more confident and free and open-minded. All of these things help me remain positive. Being positive is something that I feel like takes more strength than being negative. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to be a person that's like, complain about every single thing, like a negative ass Nancy. And it's like, I feel like being positive takes more strength, especially with like everything that's going on around you. Like, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are going through things too, but being positive and being that breath of fresh air and being that light for others takes more strength than being like a hater and being like negative and all these things. So yeah, these are some of the things that help me remain positive. Like I said, I'm not always positive. You know, I have my moments. I'm not perfect, but I definitely feel like when I am positive, a lot of like everything just comes in abundance. And yeah, I'm just grateful for everything that I do have now, and I'm grateful for the people that I am attracting and the people that do support me. And yeah, I feel like, you know, positive life, positive mindset, positive life. I definitely do believe in that. And yeah, just make sure that you're remaining positive. You're doing things that help you. You're doing things that feed your minds and that make you happy. If it don't make you happy, don't do it. It's simple. Like, if you're not happy in a relationship, let that relationship go. It don't matter if you've been with them 4, 5, 6. It don't matter. If you're not happy, let it go. And just like with maybe your career, your business, if you're not happy with what you're doing, let it go. I could tell you, life is too short. Life is too short. And I could tell you this from experience. I almost lost my son. Life is too short for you to do things that you don't want to do. And this got a little deep. I'm sorry, but yeah, you take it from me that life is short. And even me, like, I almost lost my life too. I've been in car accidents, bad car accidents. That's a whole different podcast episode, but take it from me. Trust me. Life is short for you to be doing something you don't want to do in life. So yeah, do what you want to do. Like I said, life is short. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. And yeah, life is good. Life is precious. And be grateful for every single day that you have here on this earth, because yeah, tomorrow is not promised. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. I hope I was able to just help you in any way, shape, or form. If I did help you and if you did enjoy this episode, go ahead and leave me a review. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can leave me a review or a 5-star rating. That'll definitely help me out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for supporting. I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and follow the podcast on Instagram at The Real Confessions Podcast. You can expect updates, motivation, inspiration, and yeah, just like behind the scenes footage. You can also follow me on my personal page at Ada Ozuna, and you can follow me on my business page at Shop AJ Collections. We are going to be launching real soon. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support and the love. I love y'all so much, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next episode. Ada out.